بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today, inshallah, my dear children, we're going to through the tafsir of Surat ALASR. At the beginning, we would like to ask you about ALASR. Who knows the meaning of ALASR? The one who knows, just raise her or his hand. Yes, Ya'ya.
It means the declining day?
The?
The declining day?
No. No, it's not the. You mean the day of judgment?
Yeah.
No, it isn't. Who knows Al-Asr? Al-Asr. Yes, we have Ali. Yes, ya Ali.
Is it a Salah Asr?
Yes, actually, this is one of the meanings, but Salat al-Asr, some of the scholars, they mention that refers to Salat al-Asr, but there is a more broad meaning than the prayer of Asr. Who knows the other meaning of al-Asr? Yes, ya Karma.
Is the time of day like the evening?
The time, excellent. Just the time. Wal-Asr here is the broad meaning of it is the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make an oath with the time, by the time, wal-Asr. And actually, when you go to the word al-Asr in Arabic, as literally meaning, it means a period of time. يعني for example العصر أي مثلا النبوي العصر عصر الخليفة أو الخلفاء, which means that it is the time during the prophet or the time during the Khalifat, or العصر الأموي during the Umayyad state, or the Abbasi state or the Uthmani state. All these times of people ruling the Muslims is called that time. So the broad meaning of word al-Asr is by meaning that time. Now we go to the first ayah. The first ayah is may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make an oath with the time. Here, wal-Asr, which means in English, which is now already I mentioned it, by time. Now, this is very important to give us a question that I want you to answer. The question is why, since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making an oath with the time, that means that the time is important. So my question now, why time is important? Why time is important to the degree that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making an oath with the time? Yes, ya Alia.
So you can use it wisely?
And?
So you can pray to Allah?
Yes. This is one of the answers, that you must use it wisely. Use this time wisely. Now, Ya Alia, let me tell you or tell us, what do you mean by wisely? How to use my time wisely?
So you don't waste it?
Excellent. So this is actually, when you're going to search for the modern sciences now, you will find it under the title of time management. Time management. If you just put this word on the internet and try to search what does it mean or stands for what, you will find many courses and many editions or editorials about this title, which is time management. And all of them are speaking about how to manage your time properly and not to waste your time. And this is very important that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us this or teaching us this issue. Time is our life. So when I say time is our life, so you are the one to decide whether which direction you want your life to go. You want to waste your life or you want to make it to get use as much as possible of it. So time is important because you can spend your life, because time is your life, in what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded, and then you will take the rewards from Allah. And at the same time, you can spend it in unwisely, and unwisely means that you will not get benefit of it, maybe in sins, committing something that Allah can punish you. So at that time you will be the loser. This is the importance of time. Anyone can add why time is important? Any addition? Why time is important? Okay, that's fine. So is it enough for us to know these two important things, that you have to manage your time and time is your life? Now we'll come to Ayah 2. Ayah 2, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning, after saying about the oath by the time, so Allah is telling us something important. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. Now, inna, we mentioned inna before. Inna, usually when you see inna, it means that for confirmation, and it means indeed. So inna means indeed, which is a confirmation. Indeed what? Indeed, al-insan. What is al-insan? Who knows? The one who knows, raise his hand, please, or her hand. What is al-insan? Yes, ya Ayah.
Al-insan is people.
Yeah,
Humans.
it's people. Excellent. Which more or less we can say mankind. Indeed, the mankind, all the people. The mankind. Lafi, the word here, lafi, lam, is called lam al-qasam, the letter lam here, called lam al-qasam, and fi means in. When you're going to translate it, it will be surely in. Indeed, the mankind surely in khusr. What is khusr? Who knows khusr? Yes, ya Karma.
Loss.
Excellent. Surely in loss. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that the mankind surely in loss. Loss of what? Loss of what? Who knows? Yes, ya Ali. Ah, loss of what? Loss of what? What Allah is talking about, the loss in the mankind. Indeed, the man surely in loss. Loss of what? Who knows? Yes, ya Alia.
Of time.
Loss of?
Time.
Excellent. Yes, loss of time. And in other words, when we mention here time is life, so loss in life. How we can say that all the mankind are, or indeed the mankind are surely lost in their life. All of them are losing their life, and every day is passing. That means that our life is decreasing by one day until the end of our life. So here the loss of everything. And when I said life, it means that loss in the time when you are healthy, or that you are not anymore having power, or when you grow old age, you are losing your youth, you are losing your power, you are losing, for example, your job at the age of retirement. So when you think about losing here, or loss, means that you can see the curve of life. The curve of life is starting up and then down at the end of the life. So now when you read this ayah, what you feel? You feel happy or you feel sad? What's your feeling here by this ayah, that you are losing your life? Is it something good or something bad?
Something bad.
Why something bad?
Because you can't really do anything. You're just sitting in the grave.
Yes, you are losing. Loss actually is not a good feeling, right? If you are losing anything, it's not good. So when Allah is saying that people are surely, or the mankind is surely in loss, will make us feel sad, right? So the ayah number 3 is coming to tell us, don't be sad. As a believers, those are Muslims, those are believing in Allah, don't be sad. This is not for you. So here, Allah in ayah 3 is saying, illa. Illa means except in English. Illa means except. Illa الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. So Allah is telling us those who are will not lose, because we mentioned it is Allah saying except. So all the people will lose except whom? Except those who are, now focus with me, who are believers. Number 1, believers. Believer in what? Believers in what? Who can tell me? When I say believers, believer in what? Yes, Ya Ali.
Believe in Allah and His messenger.
Excellent. So those who are believer in Allah and His messengers and His angels also, and what else? And the books, the holy books, and the day of judgment. All these things we are believing in. This is the pillars of Iman. So those believers who have the believers of all such things, Allah, His angels, His books, His messengers, and the day of judgment. And not only believing. The second thing, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ mean and do the righteous deeds. Yani it's not enough for us, for Islam or for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you are believing in Him only. You have to believe in Allah. This is number 1. Let us just write here, because we need to know 4 points. Number 1, believing. And number 2, to do the right thing, the righteous thing, or the righteous deed. Believing only is not enough. you have to do with your belief. And when you are you have to do the righteous deeds that came in Quran and Sunnah. You cannot invent something that Prophet Muhammad didn't come with and say it's a good thing. For example, that you invent a salah or a prayer in an time that Prophet Muhammad prohibited the salah in it. Like, for example, just before Maghrib, when the sun set, you have to do the Maghrib after sunset. Just before the sunset, it is a bad time for praying. So don't come and make praying at that time and say, I'm just praying for Allah. You are just praying, but this is something that Prophet Muhammad didn't do when he was alive. So this is very important, that even the righteous deed that you're going to do, it has to follow the Sunnah, follow what Prophet Muhammad used to do. So number one, to believe. Number one, to believe. And number two, to do the righteous things. Number three, what's coming now to us, the rest of the ayah. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Now, what is the meaning of وَتَوَاصَوْا? Who knows? وَتَوَاصَوْا. Who knows? وَتَوَاصَوْا. Who knows وَتَوَاصَوْا? Yes, Ya Ali. Anyone knows? Okay. وَتَوَاصَوْا means and advice. Tawasa is advice each other. Advise each other. With what? Advise each other with patience, as-sabr, with patient. And this is number three. So you just want to write it here. This is number three, that those people who are going to be not losing their life is the advising each other with patience. And what else they are doing? And advise each other with truth. Al-haq. Sorry. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. First, the al-haq with truth. The first is the truth. And the second is the patient. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So the truth and the patient. Here, what is the truth? What's the meaning here of truth that came in this ayah? What you think the meaning of truth here, or refer to what? Okay. Yes, Yalia.
Believe in Allah.
Here, the truth that is meaning here to the word truth is to perform good acts and avoid forbidden things. So when here the word truth come, so truth here means performing good acts and avoid forbidden things. This is the al-haq, or the truth. And the last things is tawasaw bis-sabr. So my question here, why it came the patient? why they will advise themselves on patient here. The patient come here to show you that to keep on truth. It's not only to do the truth or to do the acts that Allah ordered and to avoid forbidden, to stay on this truth. This is the patient. You need patience. You need sabr to keep on doing what Allah ordered and to avoid what Allah forbidden. It's not an easy to keep it all the time. That's why these are the 4 important things. يبقى Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this surah, if we're going to say the lessons from the surah, that number 1, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying the importance, sorry for that. So the importance of time. We can say that, the importance of time. And number 2 is everyone in this life is loser or losing his life. Losing his life. Everyone in this life is losing his life, except what? Except 4 things. Believing, and doing, and advising. Believing, as we mentioned, believing in Allah, doing good deeds, and avoiding bad or avoiding sins. The advising with truth, and advising with patience, to keep on the truth. Is it clear for all of us?
Yes.
This is very important. This is very important to know that this lessons from the surah. The surah is telling you to take care of your time, to spend it in the ta'ah and the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to know that any person or any other person who are not believer and spending just losing his life and losing everything because he doesn't know his right way, and he doesn't know the purpose of his life. So he's losing his time. He spent it in the disobedience of Allah all the time. That's why he's losing. The exception that will not lose their life, the believers, believing, as we mentioned, in Allah and his angels, the messengers, and his books and the day of judgment, doing the good deeds and avoiding the bad deeds, because iman or faith only is not enough. You have to show Allah that you are really good believer, and not only for yourself, advise others. So here advising should be for others also. Others here means other Muslims, your sisters or your brothers in Islam. You have to advise them. Also advising others with the patient, to keep patient on that. Advising others with patience. So now we learned that yourself is not enough. You have to help others. You have to advise others Muslim about that.